It's his worst plus-minus in any game of his career. Tatum's minus 36 plus-minus is also the worst in finals history in the 2 decades the stat has existed in basketball. So I'll start with you here, Stephen A. How much of the Game 2 loss is on Tatum?
Well, obviously some of it is on him because he's their best player. But the flip side to it is that I think collectively, guys, I just got the impression that the Boston Celtics were like, we got what we came for. We wanted to steal home court advantage. We won Game 1. So the level of urgency that we saw from them in the second half of Game 1, particularly even after they were down by 15 points in Game 1 in the third quarter, and they stormed back, that level of urgency did not exist last night. Just being there in person, just seeing what I saw, I just didn't feel like the same level of fervent energy and urgency that they had in Game 1 was present last night. And that's the only thing to me that explains it. I know that Golden State stepped up its defense. They were tenacious. They were switching. They were getting in everybody's faces. They were contesting everything. They were like piranhas out there at certain points, and I get all of that. But to me, when you're the best player and you're a top 10 player in the game, there's no excuse in an NBA Finals game that you only attempt 3 shots in the second half when it was a 2-point game at halftime. And so I look at it from that standpoint, and the only thing that I deduce from it is a level of complacency. I think a lot of people on the Boston Celtics can be accused of that last night. It's not something I think will be present once they go back to Boston. It certainly won't exist as the series wanes. But I think last night that clearly appeared to be the case, that the Boston Celtics were a team that were playing like we did what we came to do by winning Game 1 and claiming home court advantage. So we're good, and I think it showed in their play.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with you on the Tatum point, and I'll get into that in a second. But I am going to push back a little bit on the point that they were complacent. I mean, it was a 2-point game at halftime, Stephen. I think one of the
I'm in second half.
Okay. Oh, just okay. So,
just second half.
I don't think they came out of the halftime being like, all right, we're up to, or whatever. It was a 2-point game. We already got one. We're good going back to Boston 1-1. I look at this more like what the Warriors did in that third quarter, specifically the barrage of jump shots from Jordan Poole and Stephen Curry. That ultimately is a momentum driver, especially at home. And they started knocking down those shots. And on the other side of the basketball, you have to give the Warriors credit. Like, it's not like the Boston Celtics weren't trying to score. You know, they had I believe they had more turnovers than field goals in that third quarter. The big difference I saw between the second half of Game 2 and the second half of Game 1, if you go back to that fourth quarter when they were knocking down those shots, their rotations were all a step slow. The dribble buys, the second help defender coming over, he was a step slow. The kick pass, the X guy, the rotation of that was a step slow. On every swing, they got an open shot. There wasn't a defender within 8 feet in Game 1. Last night, in that third quarter, their rotations were on point. They did such a good job of running the Boston Celtics off the three-point line and then bringing in second, third help defenders and then rotating back out. So I don't think this was the Boston Celtics being complacent. I think this was a masterful third quarter performance from the Golden State Warriors. And ultimately, Tatum's not going to come back in that game in the fourth quarter for very long because of the nature of the score and obviously going back the rest of the way. And the other point I wanted to make about Tatum, look, he to me had a little bit of an up and down game. And the one thing that I keep talking about is the decision making. We talk about the turnovers all the time. But so far in this series, of any player that shot 5 or more shots, he's got the worst shot quality, according to Second Spectrum, of any player in this series. So he's got to stop settling. There's too many times where he has a smaller defender on him. He settles for that step-back jumper, contested. There's too many times where he's got a smaller defender on him, and he's using that James Harden rip-through, trying to draw a foul, and throws up a bad shot or makes a turnover. He's got to be better. And the last point I wanted to make about the original question regarding how much of this is on Tatum, we have all said this in the last 20 minutes. Ultimately, role players are going to help decide this series. And Derek White, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, they were phenomenal in Game 1. Those 3 guys combined for 65 points. In Game 2, they combined for just 16.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.